This is a demonstration of how to construct an angle bisector. Since we're constructing, we're going to use our compass as opposed to a protractor. You can measure an angle bisector with a protractor with a little bit of algebra skill, but the compass is a more precise instrument. So we're going to learn that construction, and you'll actually be able to use it to create other geometrical figures down the road. So it can be kind of fun. I kind of like construction because I'm not very artistic. I can't draw well, but in this way I feel like I can be somewhat artistic. So I kind of enjoy doing constructions. Hopefully you do too. First step in creating an angle bisector, this is a really simple process. You see I've made an angle here. I'm going to put the point of my compass on the vertex of the angle. Again, I have several pieces of paper under this to make it easy to set that point so that it doesn't move around on me. If you don't do that, the compass will jump around on you. It makes it hard to do even the most basic things. So open it up. Really, any measure will work. I like to say go a little bit over an inch. Makes the compass easier to work with. And I make an arc. And I make sure that arc intersects both rays, or both, actually in this case, looks like line segments, making up the angle. Then I'm just going to extend it a little bit more. Mine has a dial on it. You just may pull yours apart. It depends on how much you spend on your compass. This one set me back $3. Now the next step's simple. I extended my compass a little bit more. I want to put the metal tip point of my compass on the point where the arc there meets the ray. And I'm going to go out to make sure I'm well over the center of the angle. I'm going to make a pretty good arc there, because I'm going to make another arc that crosses it. So I want to make sure I've allowed myself enough space. Now I'm going to do the same thing where the arc meets the other leg. Put my metal tip point. I'm going to make another arc, and as almost always is the case, I'm looking for where those arcs intersect, and I see my point right there. Don't really have to make it. It's pretty obvious usually. Now, to create the angle bisector, I start, so it's the bisector is what divides this in half, exactly in half. So I line it up with the vertex and the point I made and draw the bisector, which happens to be a line that goes on forever and ever. Now, if I were to measure this, I'd see that this angle is divided completely in half, that each of these two would have the exact same measure. That's why it's called an angle bisector. That's the process. Pretty simple. If you need to review it again, just rewind this, or just rewatch this video and do it. It's the same if it's an acute or a right angle. The process is exactly the same. So have fun with it.